Hello and welcome to ToMakeItGo. This is timer 18. I'm setting that up now. In this episode, I'm going to be playing with authentication. As you can see, I've pulled an authentication library on my monitor here. I'm going to be using bcrypt. For a little bit of research, it seemed like a pretty safe one, a hashing system to use. So we will be building a users table today. As you can see from this, takes the password, does the stuff, pulls it out. It's all relatively nice and straightforward. Okay, I played a little bit with it. Now we need to, step one, as always, is create the tray. Well, let's build the table first. And then we'll build up a use case and all that stuff to do this. The only user I'm planning on having in my system for now is me. So, not like super concerned that I'm going to destroy my the most secure authentication system in the world. So I'm starting it myself. Yeah, this should be exciting. Run, program, run. It's live. Okay. So, user table is basically going to have it at a user ID that's going to count up. Seems pretty safe. Simple. Username, password. Type. It's the 7th month of the... Wow. I think I put that in the right spot. Okay. So step one, create a table, users, have users serial, count up. Okay, so then we need password. This is going to probably be a varchar. Let's go with 80. My hashes are only around 60, so I have more space, and I can always alter the table later, giving myself more room if I need it. Before we do that, we also need a username. Let's also make that 80. You don't get more than 80 characters in your username. I picked an arbitrary number and I'm sticking with it for now. Okay. So then I need to go check something. By that, you can look at the Postgres SQL unique. Because I think I should just be able to say the word unique. I think, but I'm not really sure. Because, again, I haven't used this database. Yeah, I can just say unique. His username should be unique. And that should run. It did not run. Okay. Oh. Huh. I can't have a table called users. There we go. that makes my tables made, and that put it in the right spot. Sweet. Okay. User ID, username, password. Okay. So let's build a new directory. We'll call this auth. Authentication, authorization, and all that nonsense will live in here. Step 1, we will have a create user. Yeah. And we'll also need a user object. It's going to have it's going to have username and password. Seem relatively simple. Straight mapping from my table into my thing. I'm going to put an S to match the table. But I'm not going to do it like that, because if I do it like that, everything gets mad at me. Users. User. No. I don't like that. User ID, username, password. Okay. User. Now let's go and put call it password. It's going to just have a public static on it, because all I'm going to do is call off to that other library string. Generate hash. It's going to take a string of the plain text. Is valid. String plain text. String hashed. And then all I'm going to do is grab this code from here. Ta-da! And there we go. We have the ability to generate a password check is valid. And I've wrapped it in my side, so you can't see that I'm using bcrypt from the outside world. It's a library, so I could swap out the library if I needed to, or go in and modify things like number of rounds for the generation of the salt. Okay, so now we're going to need something like, we're going to make a folder called data. We're going to put user in there. If I named those anything funny? No. See, I'm not sure I like this, because it took all these things and separated, worked on the table, pulled them apart. I'm going to try something a bit different here. This is going to be users. Data users. Users is going to have a... Well, see, you have to instantiate users, though. It's user... it's the gateway that everything goes through to get to the data. Users gateway. Users gateway, because it's going to match the table. It's going to get a connection. It's going to take that on construction. You probably need a public void create from a user. Public user find by the string username, and we probably need a find by. Actually, no, in this moment we don't. Right, there we go. That should be everything. Okay. That's that guy's interface. So then, we should make this private final. Because there's no reason not to, and it's not going to change. Okay. Now that I have that, let's write some stuff and see if it works. Okay, so when we create a user, we are going to connection. Prepare statement. Statement we are preparing. Yes. 1 second, I need to go look at how I created notes. Because I think I have to set a mode on that too. Yep, statement.return generated keys. Otherwise I won't get them back, because I want to shove it into the thing. We'll make it return. Yeah, that's bad practice. I should stop doing that. Okay. It's easy. Okay. Statement. Statement. Okay. It's just going to be an insert statement. Insert into users, username, password, values, question mark, comma, question mark. Actually, it don't matter. There we go. Chunk it down a bit so I can see it. Statement dot set string. First one is the username. User get username. This is get password. Statement dot execute update. And statement dot get result set. Dot next. Otherwise, we're going to throw the table to create user. Okay, so call create, you get a new user. Or the SQL exception, or showing legal state exception wrapped. You can get able to create user in that. Okay. Okay. Now then, let us type the find so we can write basic integration tests on top of this. That way I know that I have not like done awful things to SQL. Okay, so connection prepare statement. Select user ID, username, password, users where username equals question mark. Again, we're going to just throw this. I'm not caring particularly much about my errors because this is on one of my things to go fix. Alright, so swap this out with an actual system that does this better. I'm not sure because this is kind of gross to play with, and I'm not sure I enjoy doing it. Set parameter, string, or set one, username, statement dot Execute query. Result set.next. Return to user. User like set user ID, the user ID column. Get int user ID, set password, set username, string. Well, those are the correct boxes. There you go. Else unable to find user. Yes, that means I will explode magnificently. I should probably actually return like a null user. And that would make my life easier. Okay, let's see if this sequel that I just decided to go crazy and write works. Okay. So, when you do one of those guys, let's use keys. Okay, user.create new user. You will say it's Will.Lowry at ToMakeItGo.com. That's not actually anything valid. We're going to set the password to not a password, because it should always be hashed. And then, so we should assert true. This value is greater than 0. So here you'll start at 1. And it'll just keep counting up. I don't know what it's going to be. Then we will say user gateway dot find. We'll allow it to make it go. Found user. We're also going to capture this and assert that user ID is user.get user ID. Import my assertion. I think I did this backwards. Yeah, I switched my asserts around. No, pointer. Okay, let's go look at my other dude. Get generated keys. I called the wrong thing. Ta-da, I'm fast. Excellent. Okay. So I can sequence that stuff correctly. There we go. That's that bit. So now I can do that. So create user. I still haven't figured out a good way of making my logic to the point where I can test easily. Because right now I'm still instantiating the things, so keep my pattern as I'm going, which means this guy can't have a test, which is disappointing. So create user. Now to create a user, we will need public interface. I'm going to create user request. On it, it should have username. It should have string password. I'm going to make this extend request for now. Even though I don't know that I will ever actually publicly expose the create user to the web, I'm just going to make it in the same form so I can get there. Executable. It is executable, right? I'm not going crazy. Yeah, it's executable. Extends executable. It's been a while since I've been in my system. Create user request. Implement the method. There we go. So, to create a user, we need to make a user. New user. Request that. We're going to make those get. Set the stuff in. There you go. And then I am in transaction. Run. New user gateway. Create. Then I should get an integer out, or an int user ID. No interface. You can't extend interfaces. You can implement them. Because they are not anything that you can make to make it go. There we go. Public static class response. It's going to get an HTTP response code of 200. Stupid exceeded. Identifier user created. It's going to have a single integer in it, or int in it. Constructor. Make that final, because in private, for reasons. Getter. I'll return you the user ID you got. Okay, there we go. And I still need to figure out how I want to handle validation, so I need to figure out, okay, things I need to do. I need a way of validating this stuff. I could put it in here, but then I'd have to refer a separate object. I don't, because I really want these guys to always be typed like that. So it always returns this guy's response. It only has one return type. It'll go through or throw an exception. This could explode, and I handle it later. So I think I'm going to actually end up putting a validator on these guys so that you get the full request all parsed out ready for you, and you just check it or do whatever checks you need, like ensure that the username, and then you turn back a validation response if it needs it, or some sort of object. So you're like, hey, this is invalid, and then you return or you return your object. That seems like what I'm going to do. But that is another episode and another timer. because I have the ability to create a user. Okay. There we go. So now I need to validate the user. Validate user. This is going to pull the credentials by the. It's going to take a username and password. Actually, I'm just going to go grab that because it's the exact same thing. Except it's going to have a different name. Create user request. And this guy is not going to get it because he's going to be. Yeah, he'll try. There we go. So, public void for now. Public void execute. 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 Take one of these guys. He is then going to. And I don't need. I just need a connection. Do users gateway. It's going to take a connection. It's going to find request.get username. User to validate. I'm going to see. I still haven't quite figured out how to format lambdas, but that's a structured better plan. So we get password. Press get password. User to validate. Get password. Say if. We will return user get user ID. And then, yeah. At this point, I think I'm just going to throw an exception. Valid user. I will do something with that later. And create user. We forgot the most important thing. Generate a hash on that password. Strictly speaking, right now, that means you can have a null user. Here you can null password. No password. There you go. And that is ability to validate user, create user. So now, at some point, so for I think the next timer, I'm going to end up adding an annotation that's going to allow me to check to see that my user is valid. So something like this. So if we go to our web, this guy, so create or so list and get wouldn't require a login, but create would. So I think I'm going to add another annotation. So like at requires sign in, require sign in. And then that will be a queue for the execution handler to go check the session to see that the user is signed in. And then I need to have a sign in, some way of signing in the user, so I need to be able to hold my session, and that sort of stuff. I'm just going to use the HTTP session that Tomcat has available right now, because at the moment I only have one application server, and I don't have to worry about spreading others out. So there is only one me. This option will have to be rethought out if I ever scale up to more than one server, but at the moment I don't know that I will ever get that much traffic, because it doesn't matter how interesting I am. I'm serving basically plain text. Like, no hard work has been done. So there's that. Yeah, so these guys would be like this: require sign in. Yeah, require sign in. So you put that annotation, wire these things together, this guy is going to have to now know about that annotation and know what to do about it. Ooh, and he needs to be cleaned up a bit. I still don't like that I had to do that. So many things I need to fix. Hard to plan to make better. Okay, thank you for watching. This has been timer, I believe, 18 in my adventures to make it go. Yep, Barbara said 18. I need to post like 8 of those. Okay, so thank you, and I'm gonna go take a break. Have a nice day.